Hello. Today we'll talk about loops. Loop is a programming structure that repeats a sequence of instructions until a specific condition is met. Loops can execute a block of code as long as a specified condition is true. They can also execute a block of code a number of times. Let's look at the basic example of a loop.
Here our program starts, and we have one condition, doesn't matter which condition. Now we're checking whether this condition is true or false. If the condition is true, then do this task here and repeat the process. Check the condition again. Is the condition true? If it is, then do the task again and let's go around again. Check the condition. Is it true? Do the task. Condition true, do the task. Condition true or false. If it is a false, then end the program. If it's true, then do the task again and let's check the condition again. So right here, this is the loop. The loop checks the condition and does the task. As long as the condition is true, this task will be done. The second that the condition is no longer true, the program ends.
Now, let's take a look at a more specific example.
Here our program starts. X by default is 0. Okay, let's start. We have condition. We check whether X is inferior than 10. So X is 0, 0 is inferior than 10, so the answer is yes. We're doing the task. Which task? We're doing X plus 1. We're incrementing our X by 1. Our X is 0, so when incremented by 1, that equals 1. So let's go around again. We're checking the condition yet again. Now X is 1. Is 1 inferior than 10? Yes. Do the same task again. X plus 1, that's 1 plus 1, and that's 2. Let's do the condition again. Is 2 inferior than 10? It is. Then do this task again. Now it's 2 plus 1, which is 3. Let's check the condition yet again. 3 is inferior than 10? It is. Then do the task again. And so on until the condition is no longer true. That will be once X reaches 10. 10 is inferior than 10. No. So the answer is no. So the program ends. So here we've got a loop that executes this task as long as this condition is true. The second that this condition is no longer true, the program ends. There are two types of loops: a while loop and a for loop. The while loop loops through a block of code as long as a specified condition is true. The while syntax looks like this. While the condition is true, execute this code. So once the condition is no longer true, the execution of the code will stop, meaning the loop will end. The for loop loops through a block of code a number of times. The for loop statement defines the start and an end point, as well as the increment for each iteration. The for syntax looks like this. Execute this code a number of times specified with the three statements. What are the three statements? The first one is initialization statement. The second is a test expression, and the third is an update statement. The initialization statement describes the starting point of a loop, where the loop variable is initialized with a starting value. A loop variable or counter is simply a variable that controls the flow of the loop. The text expression is the condition until when the loop is repeated. Update statement is usually the number by which the loop variable is incremented. Once the initialization statement reaches the final of the text expression by incrementing each time by an update statement, the loop will end.